A decade ago, Vulture began showcasing the top comedians who were running the scene even before the algorithm knew who they were. This year, we are diving into the lives of our honorees from the Vulture spot. All of this brought to you by our favorite treat, Rumchata, making every moment a bit more special. I'm not saying put this in your coffee, but I'm not saying it.
This is what I say to like family, friends, like my parents' friends who ask what my comedy is like. Like, it's kind of just like stuff about like my life.
I think I'm observational. I think I'm playful with language online.
Natalie, you have a bit about the clit.
People act like it's so, oh, what do you need, a map? What do you need, an arrow to find the clit? You'd have to be out of your mind to say no to an arrow.
Do you have any help for people who are currently in search of it?
If you're looking down, you might be in the wrong spot. You should be looking up or side to side.
Charlie, you do have a bit of a dislike of dishwashers?
I wrote this article for Gawker like 2 years ago that I thought was like this fun, playful thing. I was like, I think dishwashers are overrated. And it was like the angriest people have ever gotten with me in my whole life.
My comedy is just a good time, Jay. It's dumb, it's vulgar, a lot of dick jokes, a lot of highlighting all my numerous L's, turning them into something good. The worst moments, the worst, most embarrassing moments of my life.
Even dirty talk, I feel like you're doing me a really nice favor having sex with me. I don't want to say a bunch of rude things to you, right? That's not how you treat a bud doing a favor, right?
What's the key to making a perfect Baltimore accent?
The easy thing, you really want to hit those O's hard.
Joe Flacco would have never lost the ball or thrown that pick.
You just follow that disgusting O sound.
My comedy is nasty, celebratory, and stupid.
What was it like working on and creating Jury Duty?
That was the best experience of my life. I feel totally spoiled.
He said that Trevor was a really nice guy, but then it came out later that he masturbated his penile off at the Grove.
Within beats every day, we would be told this is what has to happen, but then we were set free, and that's what I love doing.
My comedy is funny. No, I don't know. As far as it's evolved. It's evolving, always evolving.
Recently, you've had a bit more comedy about men's health issues. Do you want to speak about that at all?
I had no material coming into February 2022, and I was going back out on the road. I got nothing. I'm going through all my notes, decades of shit. And then Thursday night, I feel a slight twinge in my balls. And my first thought was oh shit, what is this? My second thought was, oh yes, here it is.
We found a small mass on your right testicle. You talking about my dick or that old thing?
My comedy is a little theatrical.
You find out I'm disgusting at eating.
Where'd you grow up and where did you develop this sense of theatrical humor?
I grew up in New Jersey. My best friend growing up, he was the star of the high school. I just feel like he was just so magnetic and funny and a really great actor.
My stand-up is dry and super casual.
I tried listening to heavy metal for the first time the other day. Immediately turned it off. You will not yell at me in my own home.
You went from being at the dentist to having a very cool job.
I used to be a receptionist at a pediatric dentistry.
Do you remember the moment when you were oh, I'm quitting this damn job?
Yeah, I got a call from my manager and agents all at the same time. I stepped out of work. I kind of felt that something was gonna happen as well. I was supposed to hear news or something. And also you can just feel a shift in the vibe in your life.
And I'm no, I don't celebrate Halloween because one year I dressed up as Hannah Montana, everybody thought I was RuPaul.
My comedy is somewhere in between the girl next door and the monster under your bed. It's like a super feminine perspective. I definitely feel like a member of a generation of like girls raised by the internet.
I asked a guy out recently and I realized I sound a little needy. I sound a little desperate in a way I'm not super thrilled about. I sound like a white woman with a pyramid scheme.
You wrote a McSweeney's piece about jerking off?
Like when I was in college, there were a couple friends who I was like a kind of a sommelier of vibrators, if you will. I've since, lost my touch because I'm like monogamous with my one vibrator now. But I did have a community that relied on me for information.
If I die and you immediately start talking about my diarrhea, I am going to haunt your ass. Are you fucking kidding me?
My comedy is chaotic, gorgeous, and Midwestern, baby.
Ooh, I like that. A little twist.
I'm not here to talk about periods. I'm here to talk about 9/11.
I mean, I'm from Chicago too, so I'm from the far south side. And in Chicago, I would say what's wild about here is like there's not really a ton of industry. So when you're going to do shows, like your Tuesday night show, like no one's showing up. You're doing it for the love of it. So just like doing that for years and years prepared me.
I think I am like a pretty dynamic performer.
First impression, that was a hot girl pooping.
You have an ongoing one-way feud with Amanda Gorman, Youth Poet Laureate.
No, I have heard absolutely nothing, and that is like maybe the single most hurtful thing you could do to me. It's like, how big of a platform do I need to have before I did it like on late night? I'm in a fucking movie, but no one on her team has sent me anything.
And one day we went to a moth story slam and I went up and did terrible. And then this girl from my class went up, won the whole thing, and everyone was like, oh my God, she's gonna be famous. She's such a good performer. And I literally said, I'm the one who's gonna be famous. I'm the good performer.
You wanna know about the Zach Zimmerman experience? Is that what I'm hearing? My
right.
comedy is the Zach Zimmerman experience. It's interactive, it's subversive, it's goofy, it's dark, it's delightful, it's devastating.
The struggles of a tall person, it's underreported. The stereotypes, Kyle, growing up was like, hey Zach, you play basketball? No, very gay and afraid of the sport. You a natural born leader, Zach? Coward in a crisis. You got a big dick, Zach? No.
Music was sort of like the first artistic thing that I ever attempted. I'm looking forward to turning my one-woman show into a movie.
And the topic of the show, it's about family, it's about funerals, it's about incest, possibly?
Yeah.
Do I want my cousin seeing my vagina? Pull down my pants, but then he's gonna think I'm trying to. And I'm not trying to, no, I'm definitely not. It's just I can't ignore the fact that Yoni got hot.
You would be surprised when I was flyering and trying to get people to come to my show. I would sort of start asking them if they've ever had like a cousin that they thought was really hot. And a lot of people had, first of all, yes, like did have cousins that they found attractive, and then would tell me other stories. One guy was like, yeah, I shagged my cousin like a couple of years ago. I was like, cool, then you would love my show.
Thanks for joining us at the Vulture Spot. I'm Jay Jurden, and this is Rumchata.